So here's the thing. If you've done any kind of research, history-wise, of Hollywood, a number of names pop up frequently. Things like Mrs. Wilcox, Hobart Whitley, C.E. Toberman, who's known as the father of Hollywood from a building point of view. And Meyer and Holler. Now, Meyer and Holler is a architectural firm and a construction company. The construction company portion of Meyer and Holler was called the Milwaukee Building Company. And these are the people responsible for, they built that. It was designed by a guy named Arthur Kennedy. Raymond Kennedy. Raymond Kennedy also designed that, the bank building. In fact, they're both built the same year. So Meyer and Holler is an architectural firm that is responsible for a lot of the great stuff that we still have. Like I said, Raymond Kennedy designed this, and he designed the bank building down there. Meyer and Holler also designed things like the Egyptian Theater, the Alex Theater in Glendale. Some great stuff. They're part of the reason why we got great buildings here. And the company's called Meyer and Holler. And they built theaters. They built a number of theaters. So, theaters. They built a theater in 1921. They built it on Sunset, the 7000 block. It was called the Grenada. Grenada, tomato, Grenada. A Spanish architecture. Beautiful building. I've never seen pictures of the inside of it though. But it's a beautiful building, held 896 people, I think. 869 people, something like that. And it was called the Grenada, then it was called the West Coast Theater. Then eventually it was called the Oriental. Now, when it was called the Oriental, that's when you can actually find it in things. You can find it in Dragnet. I believe Dragnet season 9, it's called Dragnet 1968. Season 2, one of the episodes, I think called The Grenade. They drive past it. It was in a movie called Unwed Mother with Robert Vaughn. It's a theater that he goes, it's called the Oriental at that time. It was called the Oriental. And it was called the Oriental. In fact, I'm talking about it, but that's it. See that building right there? That's the theater. The theater still exists. People don't realize that. The theater still exists. It's just not a theater anymore. By the way, welcome to National Guitar Day. When I was doing some photography for my Patreon page, and I was doing a segment for some Instagram stuff and other things, it's things click in your head. And while I'm here getting pictures of this, as it was being painted, I realized that that's a theater. And I started doing a little geography work and a little history work and a little this, a little that, and a little research. And that's when I found out more about it and how it was originally the Grenada. Then it was the West Coast Theater. Then it was the Orient. Then it became what it is now, the Guitar Center here right in Hollywood. The view you see right along here, actually with the tree there, after Robert Vaughn tries to rob the place in a movie called Unwed Mother. It's a melodrama from the 1950s. He's a real jerk in it. Anyway, he's walking along here. He tries to rob the movie theater. But this is the theater. This is the entrance to the theater. It's changed. The Spanish architecture is gone, and it went to plain. Eventually, when it actually sometime around in the 1950s, when it went to being plain. And now you have it as what it is here. You have the rock walk. That's for Mary Wilson, who just passed away from the Supremes. If you've never been to the rock walk, it's got guitars, and again, today's Guitar Day. So it's got Ron Woods. John Lee Hooker. So the next time you come here, you really should stop by and just to see this. But if you can do that, then you also need to go inside there and understand that what it is it was a theater, and it's not anymore. But there's something really, really special here. And when you walk in here, and you can see how it slides down because this was a theater. So they didn't change that part. So you go down here to the acoustic room. You go through the acoustic room. And you end up here. This is called the vintage room. And that stage is the original stage. On December 22nd, that stage will be 100 years old. This is the original stage from the theater that existed here. Looking back this way. So this is the whole stage here. This is 100 years old. Now it's got hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of guitar equipment on it. But this is a 100-year-old stage on December 22nd. This will be, the building permit went in April of 1921, and the building was finished in December of 1921. And again, so this was the theater stage right here. So when you're standing here, you're on a stage that's 100 years old, and you would have been looking out this way, and this is the whole theater here. And now, well, it's got these.
All like 10 requests that he's taken, and he starts with Bonnie and Clyde, playing with my wine glass, and then